The first $100,000 feels impossible. But after that, wealth begins to move on its own. In ancient Rome, there was a river called the Rubicon. Once a general crossed it, there was no turning back. It was the point of irreversible commitment. In the world of money, that river is $100,000, so very few people ever cross it. Most people believe wealth is about income. They think if they just earn more, everything will change. But wealth does not begin with income. It begins with momentum, okay? And momentum is painfully slow in the beginning. Imagine you start from zero. You save $500 a month. You invest it carefully. After 1 year, you have $6,000, maybe a little more with returns. It feels small. It feels almost disappointing. You worked 12 months, and the result is barely visible. At $10,000 invested, even if you earn 8% per year, your money grows by only $800 annually. That is about $66 per month. It does not feel like freedom. It does not feel powerful. It feels insignificant. And this is where most people quit. Not because they are incapable, not because they are stupid, but because progress feels invisible. Wealth in the early stages does not roar. It whispers. And most people are too impatient to listen carefully. At $25,000 invested, your growth is still modest. At $50,000, things begin to look better, but still not life-changing. At 8%, $50,000 produces $4,000 per year. That sounds nice, but it does not transform your life. You still rely entirely on your job. You still feel like you are pushing a heavy cart uphill, okay? The truth is, the beginning of wealth is manual labor. You are the engine, okay? Your discipline is the fuel. And for years, it feels like you are doing all the work while your money contributes almost nothing. Something is happening beneath the surface. Compounding is not dramatic at first. It is mathematical, quiet, mechanical. It builds layers slowly. Each year, your returns begin earning returns of their own. But until your base is large enough, you cannot feel the difference. Then comes a number, $100,000. At 8% annual return, $100,000 produces $8,000 per year. That is over $600 per month. Now, something shifts psychologically. Your money is no longer a small helper. It is starting to feel like a partner. It's working while you sleep. It is adding serious weight to your progress. But the real transformation is not the $8,000. The real transformation is acceleration. When you reach 100,000, the snowball has size. Now every percentage gain is powerful. 10% market year adds $10,000. That is almost what some people save in an entire year. Suddenly, one good year in the market can equal 12 months of your labor. That is when you realize something profound. The machine is running. After it, you are steering. Imagine you continue investing and reach 200,000. At 8%, that is $16,000 per year. Now your money is generating more than many people's annual savings. At 300,000, it produces 24,000 per year. At 500,000, 40,000 per year. The growth begins to feel alive. This is the Rubicon moment. The first 100,000 is not special because of ego. It is special because of physics. Compounding requires mass. Until the mass exists, growth feels weak. Once the mass exists, growth becomes visible. A tear is the uncomfortable truth. Most people never reach it. They upgrade their lifestyle too early. They increase spending when income increases. They delay investing. They panic during downturns. They chase trends instead of consistency. They treat wealth like entertainment instead of construction. Wealth is not built through excitement. It is built through repetition, boring investments, automatic contributions, ignoring noise, staying invested during fear. The discipline required to reach $100,000 is the same discipline required to reach 1 million. The difference is that after 100,000, the journey feels less lonely. When your investments generate meaningful growth, your belief strengthens. When belief strengthens, your behavior improves. When behavior improves, consistency becomes easier. And consistency is the true engine of compounding. The Rubicon is not about the money itself. It is about identity. Before 100,000, you are trying to build wealth. After 100,000, you are someone who builds wealth. That internal shift matters. Because once you see the system working, you no longer question the system. You protect it, you feed it, you respect it. There will still be market crashes. There will still be downturns. But now, volatility becomes opportunity instead of fear. When you have 100,000 invested, a market drop does not look like disaster. It looks like discounted ownership. This is why wealth seems to explode after a certain point. It's not because the world suddenly becomes generous, but because mathematics finally has enough foundation to express its power. The early years test your patience. The middle years test your discipline. The later years reward your faith. Most people never cross the river because the water looks too wide. They stand on the shore waiting for motivation. But wealth does not respond to motivation. It responds to repetition. If you're below 100,000 right now, understand this clearly. The struggle you feel is normal. The slowness you feel is part of the design. You are not behind. You are building mass. Keep contributing. Keep investing. Keep ignoring noise. The breakthrough is not dramatic. It is cumulative. And one day, without fireworks, you will look at your account and realize the number has 6 digits. That is the moment you crossed the Rubicon. From that point forward, wealth no longer feels like something you chase. It feels like something that grows. And growth, once alive, is difficult to stop. The first $100,000 is not about money. It is about becoming the kind of person who can delay gratification, ignore distraction, and trust time. Once you cross that line, the rules change. Your money gains momentum. Your confidence strengthens, and the path ahead becomes clearer. Wealth does not explode because of luck. It explodes because of patience, meeting scale. Cross the river. Stay disciplined. And let time do what it has always done for the patient. Multiply. This is the art of wealth.